everyone, this is Michelle Hale, East Bay Stamp Chick here, and I know it's been a long time since I've done a video, and I'm back with something fun and new, I hope. I have been playing with Brushos, and that's a crystal powder, and this is what it looks like when you use the Brusho powder. And so all I did was heat emboss my image, and then we sprinkled a powder on and added some water and got some really fun looking cards. Really pretty, I think, especially with the florals. So I just kind of wanted to show you what Brushos are and how I like to use them. This is what it looks like when you purchase the Brushos. I got them from Amazon, and this is just a 6-piece set. And we open this up, and they're in these little canisters. Okay, so I got all these colors, and I poked with a push pin holes in the top so they become like kind of like a salt and pepper shakers. They are a crystal powder, so if you do pop this open right here, you have a chance that they kind of might poof and get everywhere. So it is recommended with from a lot of people that you just use the holes, so that way you have less chance of that happening. Then this one actually came with a water spritzer, so we can use that. And of course, these are like a watercolor, so you can use these you know, to actually watercolor with, which I haven't done, but I love the whole idea of how I'm using them with these cards. I just think that's so pretty and it's so easy. So I just want to show you how I do that. First though, here is another example of ones that I did a while back. My cards are on a textured 118-pound watercolor paper. It's from Ranger. And this one is actually just 100-pound paper that I got at Michael's Crafts. Just basic cardstock. So, you know, nothing special there. So you could do either way. You might want to, you know, tape these down, especially with the cardstock, because you don't want them to bend, you know, too much with the water. So what I did is I went ahead and heat embossed, which you can't see all the white ones, but I did some different images, so that way we could add some color and then see what happens. So just kind of a quick on-the-spot demo so you can see how these work. So let me grab one real quick here. Let's start with this Hydrangea. I think it is so pretty. I love this this flower. So all we're gonna do is you're gonna look at your colors, and I have 6 colors. They are violet, orange, sea green, sunburst lemon, turquoise, and Alzaranian crimson. Not really sure how you say that one. So I think for the Hydrangea, I really love the whole purple and blue hydrangeas that you see. And I'm just tapping to get this powder to come out. And you don't need a lot. So I'm going to lift this up so you can kind of see a little bit of the powder that's on there. And the more you play with it, you'll be able to tell, like, you know, how much do I really want to put. It is going to kind of go wherever it wants. It has a little bit of a mind of its own. So you can't want this to be perfect, because it's not going to be. It's going to be what it wants to be. Okay, and then I'm going to take the sea green and just try and sprinkle that in the general area of the leaves. Okay, then all we do is we take the water bottle and let's spritz. The more water you put, it's going to really blend and move. The less water you put, you get those little spray of dots on the side there, and it gives you some white areas. So what you can do as well is once you kind of get it where you want it, you can take your heat tool and kind of stop the whole blending action. You can also take a paper towel, and if you feel like an area just has too much, you can blot. Okay, so these colors will probably just maybe a little dark for how light this embossing powder was, but it's still, I think, really pretty. Let me lift that up so you can see it. All right, so let's try another one. Let's do these pretty lilies, and I love to mix the colors. So let's get some yellow in here. And we're gonna get, I think, some of the orange. And I probably put just like a little too much on the last one because it got pretty dark, but let's see what we think. Put a little bit more here. And then I want to add the green right here. A little bit on the edges, I think. Okay, so let's see what this one does. All right, look at the color, look how vivid that is, whoa. So let's just take a little bit of this off. I think that's kind of deep. And I'm gonna run my heat gun just for a couple minutes here. And we got a little mixing here with the blues and greens. Or the blue, the kind of green and the yellow, I guess I should say. All right. So I can set this aside to dry. Now, if you tape these down when you do them, of course, it'll help them from warping. Okay. But let's find another one. Let's do something that I embossed with the white because I just love the white. I think that's so pretty. Let's see here. So this one, oh wait, it's going the wrong way. Let's do this. Okay. These are butterflies. So I know you can't see that they're butterflies. Ooh, this red comes out a lot. But that's what they are. They are butterflies. And let's just tiny bit more here. Okay. So let's see what this will do now. That is pretty. I'm liking this quite a bit. Oh, I think that's super pretty. Let me lift that up so you can kind of see it a little bit better. And let me move my hand so there's no shadow. Look at that. That I really love. I'm going to run the heat gun a little bit. Put a little bit of a paper towel there. Okay, I think that turned out really pretty. I'm happy with that one. Look at that. Okay, so we'll set that one aside to dry. And let's do, I also have one here that is words. And I love doing flowers. I mean, that's like totally what I love. But this one has words, and they have white embossing powder. So we're doing some of the turquoise and the green. And I'm just randomly sprinkling, and then I'm going to throw in the a little bit of yellow. Okay, and then let's see what we get. This one's going to look really light and springy. Put a lot of water on this one so you can really see the words. Look at that. I think that's like really pretty. I'm going to run the heat tool again. So the heat tool, not only will it help the paper dry a little bit, it's also going to help move your color around because it, you know, has the air blowing it everywhere. So look at that. What do we think about this one? I'm just going to bend it a little bit. There we go. I think that's pretty. Really looks good. Okay. So we'll set that one aside as well. And let's try one with black because we haven't done that yet. And let me just clean that up a little bit. All right. So this one has the black. And I'm just going to randomly throw some color around here. That one was the purple. And I'm going to put some orange, especially on that big one. And let's do some crimson. And then let me take the sea green. We've got some stems over here. Let's get that on the stems. Okay, and let's see what happens. I kind of like it too where you have the little dots and it's not like totally mixed. I think that can look super pretty too. Let's see, do we like that? I don't know, I kind of love how rich these colors are. Let me turn on the heat tool. Let me grab this runner right here. And that's the great thing about using the embossing powder is it kind of creates channels for the water to run through and to kind of stay because you know, maybe you want things in some areas kind of white and some kind of colored. So let's run this. Now you want to be careful because you have heat embossed this image first. And I just took my Versamark ink and some embossing powder and chose some stamps to emboss on here. But so you don't want to, you know, heat that up again. You just want to be careful with that. So look at all that color. I think that's super pretty. I think that looks, it'll look really great. And all these were cut so I can put a border of another background around them. So that will pick something that matches and it'll look really pretty. All right, let's do just a couple more and then I'll let you go. So this one is another white and it's a flower, of course, because I really love the flowers. And let's do the orange and the red together. Orange in the center of these flowers, and then I'm going to sprinkle a hint of red around them, crimson. It's kind of a pinky crimson. And then I'm going to take the green, because I do have a few leaves, and dab that right into the leaves. Okay, and then now we spritz. Oh, I love those combinations. That's super pretty. Oh, I like that. That's pretty. I'm going to take that up just a little bit. Dab that. I don't want that to go too crazy. All right, and let's just run the heat tool a little bit. So what's great about this is you can make a lot of card backgrounds very quickly and easily, and then I will mount these all on a coordinating color of cardstock to run behind it like a border, like a panel, and then I'll add a sentiment and I'm done. Mounted on a card base. So let me bring that up closer so you can see it a little bit better. I think that's super pretty. Last one. Well, you're going to do this really pretty magnolia that's in a gold embossing powder. So let's see here. Why don't we... I'm going to take this crimson. Not going to put too much. And then I'm going to take this yellow. Now I know magnolias really aren't these color, but this kind of could almost look like a peony in a way too. But the set says it's a magnolia. So let's see. That's pretty, I think. I like that. It's kind of got a, that red is just really moving pretty right there. I don't know, do we want to maybe put a little bit of a green around some of the edges since there's no leaves? Just add that in. And let's just dab a little bit. Got a lot of green going there. So this really gives you like a super quick watercolor effect without actually having to watercolor. Let me just run the heat tool on this for a little bit. You just want to keep that heat tool moving because, like I said, you don't want to burn your embossing powder that you've already applied to this panel. All right, let me bring that up. What do we think? I think that's really pretty. Where you can see it there, right there is really good, I think. All right, so that is your brush show crystal colors. Okay, and they all come in powders. There's tons of colors available. All you have to do is go on Amazon or even art store, like we have Blick art stores around here, and they have lots of colors to choose from, and they're super fun, super easy, just a great way to make some quick backgrounds for cards and then just add a sentiment, and then you are all set. You're ready to go. So look at all these we created. There's even more laying around here that we made, and they're going to be dry and ready to be made into a card super quick. So thank you so much for joining me. If you love paper crafting, you love cards, you'd like to see some inspiration, join me on my Instagram page at East Bay Stamp Chick or on Facebook at East Bay Stamp Chick. And I post everything there, and you'll get to see all my creations. All right. So thanks so much for spending some time with me, and happy crafting.